it brings me into the principle of self-sabotage within live streaming.
Okay.
This idea of I'm gonna start streaming, but I really want to have a good stream. And then they're gonna spend a year learning about
Mm.
everything, even though they're gonna forget everything.
Hmm.
Learning about everything that has to do with Twitch, putting all the widgets possible, installing OBS plugins, like doing the most just to stream once, sit there for 4 hours to zero viewers,
Right.
realize the impact that that has on their mental health, and then give up.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
you never know until you try.
Yeah.
But once you try, then you might get a better idea. So there's so much nuance in this whole thing. But I definitely think that people get into streaming because the idea of once it's set up, like the rest
You
is
just
gonna be
go.
easy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
whereas YouTube is okay, you made your first video. First of all, you're not good at editing. It took you 4 hours to edit your first video. Also, you
Yeah.
hate it. You hate the way you speak, the way you don't look at the camera, and all that. And now what? Now what? Now you have to
Yeah.
start over again. Come up with a new idea. What if you don't like it? It's more daunting. I feel for most people. Whereas streaming is like any 14-year-old who saw like Ninja and is like, oh, I love Fortnite. I could be a streamer. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they definitely put in the work to start, but it's because the rest feels easy. You know,
Right.
when it's the opposite, really. Like
Yeah, no,
it's
you're
really
right.
the
Yeah, yeah,
opposite.
yeah. And I find myself, by the way, I do find myself kind of in that boat on occasion. Like for me, TikTok right now, I have been
Mhm.
planning TikTok. I've picked out what I want to do. I figured out how I want it to look. I have sounds that I want to use. I've got all this stuff, and I just haven't done it. And it's this kind of thing where I constantly just beat myself up over the fact that I haven't done it yet. I've done all the research. I know the hashtags I'm going to use. I understand how the algorithm works. I get it. I know the memes. But I sit there on the sidelines and I just go, well, I don't know if it's going to be good enough. I don't know if I made a video. I don't know if I like it or not. But because and so when you're saying this, I'm going, damn, I do remember like my first YouTube video and how terrible it was. And like if I look back at it now, I go, ugh. Jeez, what is that? Uh, and I think that's the point, is that you're supposed to do that. Like, if you're not cringing about your stuff a year later, 2 years later, then have you really improved that much in that time?
The thing is, like first, a lot. I think everyone is like this initially, at least, basically. And I used to be like this. I used to truly believe that no one would want to watch my content. Basically, I used to really, like, really deep down inside of me, I used to have this core belief, and there's nothing that anyone could say to persuade me of the opposite.
Right.
Um, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna not listen to what my brain is saying, and I'm gonna still try. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work, and I was right. Best case scenario, it actually works. I
Hmm.
was wrong, but then my life is better. And I think it's so natural that people feel like that. The thing is, once you have one thing that proves you that you're wrong, you really need to latch onto that.
Yeah.
Uh, um, for example, you mentioned your TikTok. In a couple months, I can't wait for you to post on Twitter that you have one TikTok going viral, and the only thing you're gonna be thinking is, why didn't I start
Yeah.
earlier? Also, why
Yeah.
did I plan all of this for no reason? I could have
Yeah.
just started.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So planning, I think over planning it is bad on two sides, because the first one is the time, of course, that you're basically wasting in a way, because experience, like experimenting, is better for you than any theory.
Yeah.
No one can tell you anything that will prepare you
Yeah.
for what you're gonna learn once you start. But the second side, what messes you up, is that you can plan the perfect, like you can have the perfect content plan, and then your first one, two, three, four, 10,
Hmm.
even 100 first videos like are complete flops.
Yep.
And now all of your world is upside down, and you don't know what to do, and this might lead you to abandoning. Whereas if you started first and then you caught on and started learning with experimenting, like you would probably by this time you would probably like be blowing up,
Right.
basically.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to hear the entire thing, it's available on Spotify and any other major podcasting apps. If you want to watch the exclusive VOD, subscribe on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Have a good day.